Welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about Microsoft Excel 2016 functions opposite. So Marina, you can start.
Let's take a look at how this works. I have an employment status workbook open to show you how to use flash fill. In column A, I have the employees' last names, and then in column B, I have their first names. In column C, it's blank, and I'm going to use this to display their full name. I want this column to use a full name in first name, last name format. I don't really want to have to type out every full name, but Excel's flash fill feature is going to be extremely helpful and it's going to save me a lot of time. Let's see how it works. In cell C2, I'm going to type the employee's first name, in this case Lucas, and then their last name, and I'm going to press enter. This is the example that Excel needs in order to go to work. I'm going to go to the Home tab on the ribbon, and then in the Editing group, I'm going to click the Fill drop-down arrow, and I'm going to click Flash Fill. Wow, look at that. It's completed the data entry of the full name for all of the employees. Now, let's switch to my Employee Names worksheet. In this one, I have the employee's full name in column A in last name, first name format. Now, I have a column for first name here and a column for last name. And I'd like to extract the first name and last name from the full name in column A. I also have a few tricky names, just so that you can see how Excel handles these. You can see that I've included Brian Orpasand's middle initial R, and the full title for Mario Ginelli is Mario Ginelli Sr. I'm going to go to column B and start in cell B2 because I want to show Excel a sample of what to use for the first name. So in cell B2, I'm going to type Lucas. Now, I'm going to go to the Home tab on the ribbon, and in the Editing group, I'm going to click the Fill drop-down arrow, and I'm going to click Flash Fill. Look at that. Excel's filled in all of their first names using the sample from column A. It even managed to include the middle initial. Now let's do the last name. I'm going to start in cell C2, and I'm going to type the last name for Lucas Brenner, and then press enter. I've given Excel the sample to use. Now on the Home tab of the ribbon, in the Editing group, I'm going to click the Fill drop-down arrow, and then click Flash Fill. Excel has extracted that last name from column A and used it to fill the values in column C. It picked up the correct last names, including the title. Finally, I have an email address column. Entering each employee's email address could be very tedious and time-consuming, but fortunately, our company email address uses a common pattern. Their email addresses are created by their first initial of their first name, followed by their last name at Dialonix.com. I've got Lucas Brenner's email address entered. Now I'm going to add one more sample. I'll add kjohansson at Dialonix.com. Now I'm going to use Flash Fill to enter all the rest of the email addresses for the employees. I'm going to show you a neat trick. I'm going to use the keyboard. Press and hold the Control key, press E, and wow, the entire column has been filled. And it's used the sample of the first initial and last name. You've now seen how to use the Flash Fill feature to quickly complete a series in a table.